Hi guys, Linksy here. So, days ago the trailer for Doors Floor 2 got released, and inside it we could see stuff like the release date, which is 31 of August, the new map, and also new entities. Between these entities we saw some old ones like Russian Eyes, also whatever that thing is that looks like Screech, and also this giant monster which is like a kraken, I guess. Well, people say this thing is like Jeff, or it's Jeff's father. Something which I doubt since in Floor 1, Jeff looks like a chill entity. He does not harm us, and even made his own shop so he could go to school. A pretty good entity, not gonna lie. Well, that is what we think, since we know that entities can actually kill themselves. So, Jeff may think that we are just an entity from the hotel going around it, and maybe he does not know that we are humans. Now, if he knew about that, I don't think that he would change even a bit. Well, maybe yes, since humans value gold so much. He would make the stuff in his shop of golden, maybe to trick us. Okay, I'm going too far with this theory, continuing with the giant thing. Indeed, he may be just like Jeff, but giant and evil, since I'm pretty sure that this thing will attack us in Floor 2. Now, if Elsplash makes something as dumb as making a giant entity friendly, the game would become pretty bad. Not gonna lie, I mean, the game is supposed to be scary, not a goofy game where we became friends with entities. The only entity helping us through the hotel should always be Guiding Light, even though it's my opinion many would agree that the giant monster should be like a boss fight instead of a Jeff shop, but inside the cave. That would be pretty boring and stupid, not gonna lie. Well, I'm pretty sure that the entity is harmful since he makes a scary sound when he appears on screen. Sadly, not for long, like 2 or 3 seconds and then it becomes pitch black. Well, in 4 weeks we will be able to see how the entity will look like entirely. So it's good for me? Let's hope that this time they release the update without delaying it even more. I just hope that they have everything done and it's not rushed. Even if we get the update. I don't want it to be bad, even if I am going to make hardcore videos on the update and make the cave look scarier with new scary entities. I want it to be at least decent, since I don't want to use exploits always to be able to make a video. Well, about the thing, which from now I'll call Bob. What is he going to do inside the game? Well, if you guys may remember, Elsplash made a sneak peek for Floor 2 a while ago, where he pushed the minecart into the abyss of the cave. Well, if we take a look, I'm pretty sure that the entity will come from this giant hole, because the entity is also big. And in order for it to appear, we need to throw the minecart into the abyss to wake him up. That will trigger him, and he will defiantly start attacking us. Well, by the looks of the cave, he won't be able to chase us pretty far since he's pretty big, but he will defiantly swing his arm around and maybe catching people just like the figure does when he attacks them, which looks pretty funny at the start, but then he decapitates them, making it look disturbing. Now, this is my theory, but he may also be the final boss for Door 200, since I don't think the figure will always be the boss, because he's a little bit boring now. I mean, he's fast as heck and strong, but he's also old, and we want new entities with new mechanics. I don't want to go crouching the entire Door 200, just like at 100. That would be pretty boring. It would be cooler if we fought against a giant enemy that is far more dangerous than the figure. Now, imagine this. If the figure is actually at Door 200 but the giant entity is also there, and they start fighting, but the figure gets instantly killed and then eaten, and after that, the giant entity starts chasing us. 2. Now, for that to happen, Dr. 200 needs to be as big as Door 100, and indeed, it may be that big, since if we take a look at the end of the trailer where Glitch teleports us to give us the actual release update, we can see that there are some giant doors, just like the ones at the factory above us. Maybe that means that we will be fighting the new boss in another factory, but this time even bigger, since if we take a look at Floor 1, at the end, we can see some stairs going pretty down, even more down after we find the rift. So, this may be the extension of the factory, or whatever this is. Now, I have absolutely no idea why would a factory go this down. The only reason may be because this is not a factory, and I'll get to that in a second. So, another theory that I got is that the monster is actually an laboratory experiment. If you guys remember, there are screeches around the map that look pretty disturbing since they are fused or whatever happened to them, and they ended up like that. For some reason, well, the reason why I think this is actually true is because my gut tells me so. Nah, I'm kidding. The reason is because these monsters over here for some reason look like they are protecting the hotel or something, since we see them attacking. But they attack in a coordinated way. Basically, firstly, we get attacked by entities like rush, maybe even ambush, if you are too pro according to the monsters, eyes, and for some reason, Timothy, the rat with legs. Like, if this thing can do a thing to us, lol, and if they don't manage to attack us, Seek appears, and then the figure, and if we still manage to escape from the figure at door 100, we can see Seek eyes above the elevator, meaning that Seek is actually looking at us to see what we actually want. Now, I don't think that Seek will become a good entity through the entire story, unlike my video where he helped me beat doors, lol. I'll do the same video with him, but in floor 2. But of course, this time, he will actually help, instead of just screaming around like a bit, like a kid. Now, if my theory is correct, this entity was supposed to be just like Jeff. But instead, he got so many substances inside him that he grew so big, leaving him stuck inside the abyss, or crate, however you want to call it, forever. And also, these things affected his mental state, turning him into something evil, and that could destroy an entire city. The reason I say that this theory may be a little bit true is because how does something as big as that get inside the cave, under the hotel, without any problem, and leaving no marks around? Through the hotel we did not see anything related to him, only rooms broken from the figure, stated by El Goblino. But somehow, that giant thing got inside the cave with no problem. The only way to do that is by being under the cave before being born. Basically, his parents, or something like that. But since people compare him to Jeff, he definitely has no parents, and may just be a laboratory experiment, as stated before. Looking at it from my perspective, it's pretty sad. But what is actually sad is what I'm going to do to this thing with exploits. Lol. Firstly, I'll troll him, or even troll players and make him get them, and after I'll just test stuff on him. Maybe a nuke, or make him fight himself. Basically spawn another giant entity near him. Who knows what could happen? Well, I can still yap a lot. I mean talk. But I'll just say one more theory. I'm not going to say all of them. So, as you may know, there are entities that can teleport. Now, I don't know if Eyes is the only one who can teleport, since somehow the figure supposedly got trapped inside the hotel. It's not like the door at door 50 closes automatically in his face, but it's the guiding light who closed it, so he cannot open it. Well, maybe he broke the windows and jumped outside, then went to door 100. If you think that, I'm sorry, my friend, but that's not possible, since the hotel is above water while floating above a giant void. Yay. I have absolutely no idea where the hotel is located at, but it's floating in the void. Also, if the figure tried to do parkour like in the old version, this is what actually would happen? Yeah, he would fall and die. Like no blind entity can do parkour. Who though that he could do that? Lol. Well, I don't think that any other entity besides Eyes can teleport. Never mind. Jack and Shadow can, and I'm pretty sure there are more entities that can do just that. But I won't talk about them. Well, now we will need to wait for an actual response from Ellis Plash, since I got absolutely no idea and with nothing more to say. Bye.